How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another feed here by Canada Footy News, bringing you the Foothills FC versus the Victoria Highlanders. As you just saw, the moment of silence was for one of the Foothills Academy players who just lost their father. So our deepest condolences are going to the Polera family and Anthony Polera, specifically the player who is Foothills alumni. I'd like to take a quick second here to thank our sponsors, everybody involved. TELUS for providing us the service for the feed, Petrotrans, Strikers, Rogers Insurance, Soccer Express, Secure Energy Services. And our starting lineup for the Victoria Highlanders today. In net we have Hayami Ichiro. Defense we have Robert Eng, Ryan McCurdy, Stuart Heath, and SHOWDOWN. In the midfield we have Owen Pierce, Iski Van Duren, Vivian Kurimata, Francesco Bartolillo, Aidan Moore, and up front the lone striker, Solomon Constant. And for Foothills we have in net Dylan Powley. On defense we have Dean Northover, Noah Cunningham, Josh Reed, and Jose Lopez. In the midfield we have Bruno Zebi, Dan Hayfield, Nico Pasquati, and we will be using, looks like Tofu Fakunle, Dominic Russo, and Ali Muse. Looks like it might be going with a bit of a 4-4-3 or 4-3-3 here for Foothills, but we're about to get underway here, so let's enjoy the game. As the Highlanders will be playing in black today, playing from left to right. Jose Lopez will let that ball go out of bounds to start the game. Victoria Highlanders looking to do something early here as Dean Northover clears it out, but only gets as far as the Highlanders defense. Looking to settle it down as Russo likes to close off the end with Ali Musi on the end as well. Highlanders with possession on the far side. Highlanders look to stretch it wide. Done off this right side with an overlap to number 16, but pass doesn't get the feet. Noah Cunningham, Bruno Zebi look to settle the ball down and start. Dean Northover. Back to Dean Northover. Look to get that switch going with Noah Cunningham over to Josh Reed. Josh Reed looking for that long ball. What does he have? Russo with the overlap. He's making the run. Russo 1v1 is a tough player, and it looks like a foul is called, or an offside. Apologies. Offside is called on Russo. The first offside, first call of the game. Excuse the wind noise, as once again, like I said before, we are exposed to all of the elements here in beautiful Calgary, Alberta. Our broadcast booth consists of a scaffolding. So if the feed stops, it's probably because I fell, and I apologize. I'd like to reset the hero free kick for the offside call. It starts to feel long right away. with a throw in on the far side. Highlanders start back their own end. Play the ball through. And it looks like a foul that's called on Foothills there. A little bit of a pull on the back. And the Highlanders with an early free kick in a dangerous zone. Ball in the box. Ali Musi wins that ball. Goes as far as Dan Hayfield. And Tofu Fakuni, miscommunication there a little bit. Right back to the Highlanders. Hayami looking to play a short pass. Nice little fake there on the far side. The defender. Pasquati has to get around constant but can't. Pasquati again with the ball at his feet. Bit of pace to him, always causing issues. Dominic Russo plays the ball across and to nobody, straight out of bounds. Ball was headed for Ali Musi, but couldn't get to him. Kick from the keeper. It's about half. We got a bit of a windy day. Wind coming from right to left. The coach is not too happy with that call. Highlanders maintaining a bit of possession here. Goes as far as Dan Hayfield, and he will reset with Josh Reed on the ball. Josh Reed, Bruno Zebi. Bruno Zebi to Hayfield. Hayfield looks to switch, change direction, go to the opposite side. Tries to thread a ball through to Tofu Fakune, but doesn't get there. Highlanders recover. And the ball goes all the way back to Hayami. Hayami looks for a big switch, and the ball is not going to stay in bounds. Dino with a big throw. Ends up at Tofu Fakune's feet. Nico Pasquati looks to take a shot, but to no avail. Pasquati again with the ball. Bruno Zebi looking to do something with it, but loses it. And the Highlanders push deep. The long ball sent in. Powley comes out, and a bit of a crunch and blow there from Dylan Powley, and it looks like a yellow card to the keeper. Oh, a little bit overcommitting on that. Once again, the Highlanders lining up here from a dangerous area. A couple early chances for the Highlanders from areas that the Foothills would probably rather not them be. But it looks like Bartolijo will line up to take the shot. As Pierce steps away and leaves it for Bartolijo. Bartolijo. On net, Dylan Powley with a save. What a placement from Bartolijo, and what a save, equaled by Dylan Powley. Just had that corner picked, but just not enough to beat Dylan Powley, who's had quite the unbelievable season. Definitely doing his job to keep the ball out of the net. Ball's whipped in by Pierce. Ball ends up right back to him as he looks to little half volley there. Ball's not played. Highlanders with a switch. Highlanders content to just hang onto the ball here on the far side, and Foothills now stepping in with pressure. The Highlanders do well to come out with it, and a foul is called on Moore. Free kick is awarded to Foothills. Looks like Polly will come up to take it. Polly will start early, dishing out to Noah Cunningham, Dan Hayfield, D North over, and then back to Noah Cunningham. Has to get a switch into Josh Reed, and Josh Reed looks for that long ball once again. Has to play Jose Lopez, and the ball will run out of bounds. Goal kick, Highlanders. Bruno Zebi with the ball at his feet, intercepts the ball and goes right to Nico Pasquati, who looks to attack. Sends Tofa, and Tofa Vakunle with a chance, and he puts it just wide, and it looks like it will be a offside or a corner kick. Never mind. Flag went up in the air. It looks like he was going to call an offside, but it was just a delayed reaction. That is a corner kick awarded to Foothills FC, and that was a great chance there. Tofa Vakunle just couldn't put it away. Keeper did enough. Danny Hayfield looks to whip a ball in. Oh, D North overlooks to volley it and just puts it out of bounds. Goal kick, Highlanders. Hayama pushing his line long as Foothills look to keep that press high, and the Highlanders look to do everything to oppose that. And that ball will go once again straight out of bounds. The wind's causing a bit of issues for Hayami. It's second, if I'm not mistaken, goal kick that has gone straight out of bounds. Dylan Pally with the ball at his feet now. Plays Noah Cunningham. Cunningham looks to just sit on it for a bit here and looks at Josh Reed on this side. Dylan Powley once again. Looking to stretch that field. This Foothills is they like to counter-attack and press with numbers. Bruno Zebi's dropped back in here to help out as well. And Josh Reed opts to just take it back to Noah Cunningham. Noah Cunningham with the ball up to about half. Plays Dominic Russo. Dominic Russo will play Nico Pasquati. Pasquati plays the ball in, and will be another corner kick for Foothills. See a couple dangerous chances early from the Highlanders, and now Foothills looking to do the same here now. Can they capitalize? Ali Musi will line up for this corner kick. Bruno Zebi whips it in. And the ball will go off of the head of D North over and just glance out of bounds for a goal kick. Once again to Hayami. Hayami with the long ball. Gets as far as Noah Cunningham. And the Highlanders looking to get that early push right away. Hey, attacking forward. Plays the ball long once again, but Powley is up for the challenge. Powley will start with Noah Cunningham, Dan Hayfield, and Josh Reed. Rudy puts a switch in again. Noel Cunningham to Josh Reed, and Josh Reed looking. Bruno Zebi to Dean Northover. Dean Northover plays the ball long. Can Russo get on the end of it? And Russo will, and that will be a foul on Dominic Russo. Highlanders playing the ball deep. Send the ball long. And goes as far as Noel Cunningham once again. We'll play Dylan Powley, and Dylan Powley has a bit of an off touch there, but he will look to play Ali Musi long. And it only goes as far as the defender, who will head it back to Hayami, and he's content to just hang on to it, calm the game down a bit, and push his line. Starting short at the back. Tova Vakunle presses, but Ali Musi looks to press, to continue the press here on the short side. And a little bit of a kick there to the legs of Jose Lopez, and you get a free kick awarded. Noah Cunningham with the ball, Josh Reed. Looking for Bruno Zebi. Bruno Zebi to Josh Reed. And Josh Reed plays down Hayfield. He's got a little bit of space and is fouled on the play. Cunningham puts the ball through the middle, right to the feet of Dominic Russo, breaks. Ali Musi looks to cut, hanging on to the ball, whips the ball in, and great job by the Highlanders defender. Stop that ball from entering the box. Noah Cunningham will kick that ball out of bounds. Highlanders look to break out here with some numbers. Play this far side. With some space, the shot is off and it goes wide. No contact and a goal kick. So with a win today, Foothills FC clinched the top, and they looks like they will be playing at home. They will host the Portland Timbers on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So to have a home playoff game would be massive for Foothills, as Dean Northover looks to carry the ball to Russo. And Russo is called offside as Dean Northover was playing in. That was a close call, looks like it, but I'm not the linesman. And they will play.
Go on, Bruce! There you go, Ali! Next options, take his options away!
And Reedy looks for Ali Musi. And Bartolillo on the side here. And ball will go to bounce. Bartolillo with the ball. Looking to whip it in and cause some headache. But he's content to hang on to it. Looks to whip the ball in and will go out for a throw in. And an offside is called off the throw-in. Off of the second touch, of course. And Dylan Pally will reset that ball. Dylan Pally plays along. Nico Pasquale looks to flick on, but just missed it. And the foul is awarded. A little bit of an aggressive tackle there from Jose Lopez. And Bartolillo on the ball for the Highlanders. Ball's whipped in to the head of Noah Cunningham once again. Noah Cunningham seems to get his head on quite a bit of those aerial balls, doing very well to clear the ball out. And definitely a warrior on that back line. I mean, it was a little unsettling to say the least when Foothills FC lost a couple of their strong players on the back line, with Jay Wielden semi-retiring. Is now used more as a coaching role. Nico Pasquale looks to take the ball away. 2v1, takes him one-on-one, plays the ball, the shot goes off of the keeper, and a corner kick is awarded. Well, like I was saying, with the loss of Tyron Hutchins going to play overseas, as well as with Jay Wielden going off the bench, corner kick is taken, and it looks like Josh Reed did get a toe on it, but not enough, and it will be a goal kick. As Dominic Zidor going to the Whitecaps 2. Losing those three at the back was integral, but picking up Josh Reed and Noah Cunningham, as well as some of the other guys that have played in those roles, have definitely helped out. Throw in Highlanders. Bruno Zebi with a bit of space, and he is fouled on the play. And a yellow card will be awarded to Owen Pierce. And Dan Hayfield will line up on the ball. Hayfield with the short pass to Dean Northover. Dean Northover whips the ball in. Highlanders win, and they look to break out early. Josh Reed, Noah Cunningham. By Dan Hayfield, ball's intercepted by Bartolillo. Now the Highlanders with some numbers. Bartolillo on the far side, stepping in the box, going one-on-one with Josh Reed. But he holds him up well. Great ball whipped in to the far post, but out of bounds. A little bit too much on that from Bartolillo. Pasquale, and he is beaten to that aerial ball, and Dan Hayfield does step in to intercept, but that only goes as far as Stuart Heath. Back to Hayami. And Hayami plays the ball long. And once again out of bounds. Untouched. Nico Pasquati to Dominic Russo. He's onside. Russo chips the ball across. And the ball will run out of bounds again. Goal kick. And that ball is called against Josh Reed, or in the favor of Foothills FC. Nico Pasquati with a bit of space, looking to attack the space. Plays Jose Lopez on the far side. Jose Lopez with the ball in to Highlanders defender. Dean Northover with the ball in the middle. Looks to switch it over to Tofa Fakunle. Only gets as far as. Ooh, and a little bit of a late tackle there from the Highlanders, number 9, Solomon Constant. And Tofa Fakunle looking to have a little bit of discomfort after that tackle. And a shout out to the foot soldiers, once again in numbers with their drums, causing a ruckus right in the ear of the Highlanders players. And Dan Hayfield will line up on the ball. Danny Hayfield. It's a ball long, and Noah Cunningham gets on the end of that ball as well, but straight to the hands of Hayami. And Hayami once again will just opt to hang on to it for a sec, and he will play a short pass. It goes as far as Dan Hayfield. Dan Hayfield to D Northover. Tofa Fakunle to Nico Pasquati, using that pace. And Nico Pasquati does run out of bounds in a goal kick. Sends the ball long, and Noah Cunningham wins the header, but a foul is awarded. Pierce opting to leave it, or will he line up eventually? He will line up to it. Pierce will play the long ball in, and only goes as far as Josh Reed, who will hit it out, but Bartolillo ends up with the ball at his feet. And Russo wins the ball, but just can't deal with Van Doorn. Polly to Dan Hayfield to Ali Muse, and Ali Muse to Jose Lopez. Jose Lopez will play back to Muse. Muse with a bit of time and space, who looks to play a settled pass there, but Foothills do recover. Nico Pasquati to Dan Hayfield. Dino to Tofa Fakunle. Bruno Zebi looking to move the ball quick here. Foothills having a bit of issues here. And Solomon looks to hold it up there, but can't. Dominic Russo from the Highlanders. Defender McCurdy has a bit of issues there. Lost his footing and has no option but to kick the ball out of bounds for a corner kick. Can Foothills capitalize on this? Ali Musi in that deadly left foot. Plays a short pass. Receives the ball back. And puts the ball on, but hits the defender. Yeah. Ali Musi looks to trip over the defender there a little bit. Just lost his footing. Didn't look like too much was in there, but the referee sees it differently and does call a foul on Pierce. I'll say that one is a little soft and puts Foothills in a dangerous position. You know, for a lefty, this is an area where you want to be in if you want to take a shot. Set up perfectly for Ali Musi, who has a fantastic shot. As you've seen it multiple times from outside in preseason, also against the Sounders. So Dan Hayfield will step over it. Ali Musi will put that a little high. I'm not happy with that shot. Goal kick. The game is definitely settled out. That feeling up period is gone. Both sides taking it easy now. Looking to not make too many mistakes. Hayami puts the ball long. And Josh Reed will get it to Tova Vakunle with the ball. Looks to have a shot. And that ball is stopped by McCurdy. McCurdy looks to break out. McCurdy to Van Duren. And Van Duren will just settle it. Sends a ball. Nice ball to Pierce. Pierce to Constant. And Noah Cunningham beats him to that ball. It's like Noah Cunningham will have his hands full with Solomon Constant, but thus far doing a good job of winning a lot of those 50-50 balls that are played in his direction. With a bit of space, there's a shot and doesn't get enough on it. And this shot by Aiden Moore just goes wide. Doesn't cause Dylan Powley any issues. Dylan Powley to Josh Reed. And Reedy will just sit on it for a sec. No, Cunningham over to Josh Reed on this side. And Reedy will play that ball long to Jose Lopez. Losing a bit of focus here. Ball was played to Dominic Russo and he just gets it tangled in his feet and he can't do anything with it. Russo, oof, having a bit of issues. Apologies there for the focus, and Russo just about had a chance. The turnover was caused by Ali Musi, but just could not finish it. And another great chance for Foothills. Danny Hayfield. Oof. And that ball will go long and out of bounds on the far side for a Foothills throw-in. Northover with his long throw-in. But the Highlanders do recover and slow the game down. Well, Russo still on their backs here. There's Pierce in the middle. Jose Lopez. And Dan Hayfield to Nico Pasquale. We'll play Jose Lopez on this close side. Great ball played in. Bruno Zebi, Lemieux, Nico Pasquale. Nice little step over there. Attacking the space. Has a shot. And it just goes wide. Ayami had to stretch out for it, but it will go wide and go hard to the Highlanders. Highlanders with a press now, and the ball's playing. Looks like he will win all the ball there. Dean Northover with a great tackle, and we'll play Bruno Zebi, and he opts to go back to Dylan Powley. Reedy. Josh Reed to Dylan Powley. Dylan Powley with a bit of moving into that space, a la Manuel Neuer. Josh Reed, Lemieux. Lemieux, he does draw the defender in and then plays it to Noah Cunningham. And stretch to Dean Northover, who plays Dan Hayfield in space, but only goes as far as Stuart Heath. Noah Cunningham again winning a ball in the air. Over to Bartolillo on the side. He has been dangerous and has been carrying the bulk of the attack on this far side for the Highlanders. Long ball's played in, but only gets as far as Josh Reed. And then back over to Nico Pasquale. Does jump in, and he has Russo, and Russo's onside. Can Russo, just a little heavy on the touch. And the referee will mimic exactly what happened with Dominic Russo. And I'm not sure what happened if he made contact with. And the referee is injured, and they're looking for a substitution for the referee, according to the Highlanders. But I'm not too sure what happened there. And it looks like I don't know if he made contact with Nico Pasquale, just incidental running back to make the call on the play. But whatever happened did not feel nice. And the teams will look to take a quick break. And it looks like Hayami having a bit of trouble here with that as well, or he's just taking a bit of break and basking in the sun a bit. But no, he's on his feet again, and it looks like he will be okay. Now to wait on the referee, see what's going on with the ref. And it looks like the referee will be coming off. It doesn't look like a very good thing, but
right now we're at
a bit unfortunate for the referee here. And the referee will come off with his own will to no claps, to nothing. Funny how when players get injured and they're helped off, they get the clap, but the referee sees nothing. I'm not too sure what's going on there, but a replacement referee has been added. And looks like they're debating now whether it's a corner or a goal kick. And looks like a bit of a handshake from the linesman, and they will carry on with a goal kick. Goal kick. It looked like the ball was, keeper did have it in his hands if I remember correctly, and Dominic Russo stepped in and just kicked the ball out of his hands quickly. But Hayami will start, and we'll go as far as Josh Reed. Ali Moose wins the ball. What a movement. Ali Moose, quick feet. And Dean Northover and Noah Cunningham will settle that ball down and look to just build out of the back here. Long ball played in. Only as far as the Highlanders. And Bartolizio looks to send the ball long. But Noah Cunningham looking to just let that ball run out of bounds all the way from in front of the net. And the throw-in award at the Foothills. Throw-in to Dean Northover. We will play Nico Pasquati. And a push is called on Russo. Another free kick. And Russo will just laugh it off. Van Doorn looking to play the ball deep into the box as the Highlanders push numbers forward. And the ball will get as far as Pally, who almost misreads it, but does well to hang on to it. Looks to play Russo. Russo was offside initially and just lets the ball roll all the way down to Hayami. Nice, settled, composed game by these two sides. An interesting thing is in a year's time from now to 2 years, could this be a rivalry building in the Canadian Premier League? That would be amazing. I mean, from the perspective of Calgary, Foothills would be the easiest option to step into because of obviously the PDL and the level of professionalism they do operate under. Now opening up that field house that is operational, and CFM will be doing a little bit more filming inside that facility as Foothills has kind of let us use it whenever they're not booked. They've given us time to use it. Foothills with some numbers on the far side. Dean Northover whips the ball in. Headed by Ali Musi just over the bar, and Hayami just escorts it out over the bar. Goal kick. And like I was saying, the Canadian Premier League, I know there's some issues associated with it, and here in Calgary especially, with Foothills being associated with obviously the minor league club. Here there is some stigma and some stipulation that some people will not support them because of the rivalries through the youth system. I myself have a child who plays, actually 3 of them that play in the leagues here in Calgary, And my oldest son's team, the biggest opposition would be Foothills. But one thing I'd like to see is if that Foothills team were to step in to take over a Canadian Premier League side, that the name would change to maybe a Calgary FC. There has been some talks, and there's also a couple guys that have done a little bit of action here from the Highlanders, but as far as Josh Reed, and he will clear it out. Pierce heads that back into play, but D North overholds him up, and Tofa Fakunle will break out with the ball at his feet. Foothills looking to attack with numbers now. Pasquati looks to whip that ball in off the head of a defender, but as far as Tofa Fakunle looks to cross, and the same thing, and a goal kick, or a throw in for Foothills. Looks like they will add 5 minutes of added time. Pasquati opting to take the throw in. Short to D Northover, who whips the ball in to Ali Muse. Foothills getting ahead on it, but the Highlanders defense doing a very good job of tying them up enough just to take some of that power off of that shot. Bruno Zebi intercepts, plays Dan Hayfield. Dan Hayfield looks for Nico Pasquati with a great ball. What a shot by Nico Pasquati, but Hayami is up to the test. A lot of action around both nets now. Can we see a goal here from Foothills just before the half, which would be obviously massive for Foothills to step into the second half. A goal to the good. But Ali Musa will set up. Plays that ball right into the middle and nobody deep. No, Cunningham can't get on the end of it, and Hayami will just take his time. And Hayami will clear it out. And Bartolillo will get ahead on it, but it will go out for a throw-in for Foothills. Jose Lopez takes that quickly to Josh Reed, who was using their sweeper keeper, Dylan Powley. Powley to Cunningham, and back. Powley to Reedy. Reedy looking to attack space, as he does very well. Gets it to Ali Muse. Ali Musi with a bit of dance in there. Dan Hayfield. Bit of time. Bruno Zebi gets a shot off. Bruno Zebi. Patience. Patience. And the goal will come. And Bruno Zebi puts it away. Quality movement up the field from Foothills there. Just attack the space. Quick touches. A little tiki-taka. And Bruno Zebi with a bit of patience waiting for Hayami to make the move. And puts it past him just before the half. Like I said, the importance of that goal is massive now, as Foothills now control their fate a little bit better. Let's see how the Highlanders answer, if they will continue the attack for the end of this half. And Pierce will play that back. And they will play that long in. I know probably will let that roll and just hang on to it until somebody pressures him. And probably will just take the time. His forwards are urging him. Push forward. Let's go at him again. And the ball will go very long. And Nico Pasquati will try to get there, but can't. As Shogodo if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, just trying to read the team sheet here. I may be wrong, but that looks like a G. And they throw and awarded as Tofa ties him up. That was on number 18, Kurimata, Fabian Kurimata. And Russo looking to take away these short passes. And they will call the half. After the first 45 minutes, Foothills lead 1-0. Their fate is in their hands, and they are looking good so far. We will take a quick 15-minute break here, and we will resume shortly after. Thank you for tuning in. Go get a beer, go have a water, go to use the bathroom, and we'll see you in 10 to 15 minutes. referee. We got Foothills now going from left to right. If you are just tuning in, late goal scored by Foothills FC, number 8, Bruno Zebi. Just an injury time after the referee was injured. It looked like a dive. I'm just kidding. Poor guy. Feel bad for him. Well, what can you do? As we are set to begin again. It looks like no changes are made for Foothills, and one substitution was made for the Highlanders, and forgive me if I'm wrong. But it looks like number 6 for the Highlanders will come in, Eli Guindo. And Foothills looking to cause a bit of a headache right away for the Highlanders, but the Highlanders still using their steady, composed play. Pierce does very well to win that ball. Looking to attack, and Van Doren will take it down the wing. But only as far as Dan Hayfield, who will clear that out of bounds. Jose Lopez looks to clear to Dominic Russo. Oh, it looks like a bit of a 1v3 situation there. But Ali Muse wins the ball, and he's very good at hanging on to that ball and creating space. Dean Northover sends Russo over the top. Keeper comes out to head the ball clear and does very well. And that was to Pierce. He shouts for a handball. Referee says no, that was chest. Bruno Zebi recovers. Josh Reed will play that back to Noah Cunningham, who will settle the play down Dan Hayfield under a bit of pressure. Danny Hayfield plays to Bruno Zebi to Nico Pasquati, who looks to attack that space. Tofa Fakunle. Dean Northover. Ball whipped in, but that ball is cleared out. And the Highlanders player looks to hold on to it. And the shouts for the throw-in in the favor of Foothills. Once again, Foothills recover the ball. It looks like the substitutions at the half were number 32 and number 6 both came in. Ooh, the ball's played deep there to Bruno Zebi, but doesn't get there. Ali Musi with the ball now on that side, left side. He's the guy you don't want to be taking on 1v1 because he is pretty shifty, but Bartoliggio definitely up for it. And does well. Dean Northover comes into the ball late and will be awarded a yellow card, even though looks like he did win the ball first, but calls made. Number 32 was Tyrone Van Hola, and number 6 Eli Guindo came in for I'm going to say Aiden Moore and Solomon Constant. So looking to change up a little bit up front there for the Highlanders. But Foothills looking to stay right where they are at the moment. And that yellow card was awarded to Dean Northover. Definitely having a bit of trouble there. I'm not going to say there wasn't any contact, but it did look like he did win the ball as well. But it was he did come in a little bit late. have a nice, settled, composed game by these two sides. Definitely having a bit of trouble there. I'm not going to say there wasn't any contact, but it did look like he did win the ball as well. But it was, he did come in a little bit late. Okay, Fabian Karimata will be okay. A little slow to get off, but he will have to go out and step off the field to come back on. Or he will not be made to step out. He will just be able. I thought that was a rule, but I guess not. Okay, based on the caution, he does not have to step off. According to the referee, ball goes right through to a Foothills goal kick. Powley will look to play long as everybody is pushed up real high. Foothills with numbers forward. Bruno Zebby wins the ball, but runs up Karimata's feet. Move in again, and the ball ends up in a bit of scramble. A bit of scrambly play. Bruno Zebby looks to settle that down with Ali Muse. Now Ali Muse looking to drive forward. Plays that ball through, just cannot thread the needle to Russo. Just about slipped him through. Van Doorn will play. Bartolizio, who will just sit on it for a sec. And Van Doorn will play it as far as Dan Hayfield. Hayfield with a bit of a push forward. Ball's kicked out. Throw in awarded Foothills. Will be taken by Jose Lopez. I'll play that as far back as Josh Reed. The north over, Noah Cunningham. It's Dylan Powley. Play Reedy. Foothills with a bit of patient play here in the back. And the Highlanders just content to letting them play with the ball all they want in the back. But that ball gets to Bruno Zebby, who will play Jose Lopez, who is offside. That ball will go over Josh Reed's head. Noah Cunningham will clear, but that ball goes straight up in the air. Highlanders player will get to it first, but that will be a goal kick. Apologies there. I did forget to mention that the substitution was actually number 22 was the goalkeeper substitution. So Hayami does come off, and Van Hola comes on, goalkeeper. Balls look to flick onto Russo, but doesn't get there. Tofa will play that ball to Dan Hayfield, who will feed Bruno Zebby. Bruno Zebby looks to thread through. Foot is looking to get into these tight areas, thread the needle a bit. That is their style of play. They do like, as Russo is very good with the ball at his feet. Dean Northover wins the ball back here on the close side, keeps it in bounds. As far as Nico Pasquati, back to Dean Northover, to Bruno Zebi. Bruno to Russo. Russo loses the ball at his feet. He had a little support early. And the Highlanders opt to just clear the ball long. Tofa Fakunle will recover. And Foothills look to break out once again. Send that ball deep to Russo. Russo there. Ooh, and the keeper beats him to it. Well read by the halftime substitution, Venhola. And Venhola looks to play that ball from the ground. Plays that ball very deep. And now Cunningham will get to it first again. Ball will go out of bounds for a Foothills throw-in. Nico Pasquati looks to send Russo long on that ball, but Highlanders win a throw-in instead. Josh Reed with a big clearance. As far as Van Duren. Pierce with the ball at his feet to Van Duren. Van Duren looks to chip on. But the ball is played back out, and then Nico Pasquati will end up with the ball at his feet. And Van Duren does well, Pierce does well to come back and recover that ball. Moore plays the ball across, but Dylan Powley will deal with it and have no issues. And the Powley chants begin. Nico Pasquati looks to drive and attack that space very dangerously. Ooh, cannot play the ball well to Ali Moose, but he still recovers the ball. And he will play it off of a Highlanders player, or not. Looks like the throw-in is awarded to Foothills FC. And now the throw-in is awarded to Foothills. Jose Lopez to take. Puts it long right to the feet of Russo. Russo attacks. Russo plays that in. Bruno Zebi, who looks to touch it, but Tofa looking to settle it. All he needed was that touch from Bruno, but he never got it. Ali Muse intercepts. Oof. A little bit reckless right now. Jose Lopez does well to hang on to that. And it looks like the bench on the Foothills side will start to see some action as Willie Akio looks to come on. Powley up in the air and comes down a little bit hard. Referee blows the whistle. And the trainer Dylan Powley slow to get up. And number 23, Willie Accio, does prepare. He has been a menace since he has played a couple times, showing and scoring a goal, and definitely providing pace and accuracy with the attack. And it looks like it will be Tofa Fakunle coming off for Willie Accio. Pally and the referee having a bit of a chat. Referee finding out the hot dogs over easily in the beer gardens. Pally will restart the D Northover, and D Northover looks to attack right away, no time. Russo there, Russo there, Russo with a shot, just on the outside of the net. Goal kick. Once again, Noah Cunningham winning that ball in the air. And Bartolijo knocks the plate over D Northover. Ends up back. Van Doorn. Van Doorn with the ball at his feet. Pierce with the ball, looking to attack. And Josh Reed will opt for a clearance. And Russo all alone. Look at that. Look at the battle. Russo wins the battle and attacks the net. But only as far as the halftime substitution. Number 6. And it looks like a throw-in will be awarded on the far side to the Highlanders. Very evenly matched sides, I would say. A lot of quality from both ends. Love seeing a lot of these quality Canadian players. Foothills looking to press. Pierce to Bartolijo. Bartolijo to Kurimata. Kurimata looks to thread the ball through. But ends up at Van Doorn's feet. But Dan Hayfield will recover that ball. And looks to play Russo. Russo having a bit of trouble. And Willie Accio tries to go around the number 4 but can't. Bartolijo has been everywhere today, providing great support along the wings, holding up the ball very well, doing a very good job. Of dictating the play for his team when he does have the ball at his feet. Very patient, very composed player. And the ball will go as far as Jose Lopez, who will chest it down. Play Ali Muzi, who will play Noah Cunningham in a bit of space. D North over on this side, who will just lay back off to Noah Cunningham. Noah Cunningham looks to Josh Reed. Reedy will opt for Dylan Powley. And then back to Noah. Noah to Reedy. Reedy into space. Oof. Just plays Willie Akio, but the Highlanders clear that out. Lopez with the throw in to Russo. And as the Highlanders player looks to clear it out, deflects out of bounds. And in the meantime, we will have another substitution. Aiden, maybe not. They will hold off. Aiden Moore will be the one to come off, I believe. No, he will stay on. Aiden Moore stays on. Fabian Cormada will come off, and he will be replaced by number 7, Justin Donaldson, as you see him enter the screen here on the left side. Can Foothills make something happen here? Danny Hayfield off the corner. Great ball in the back post. Josh Reed gets up, but he cannot win the ball. Back to Bruno Zebi. He will play it back over to Dan Hayfield. Plays to Nico Pasquati. And that will go out for a throw in deep in the corner. Nico will opt for a bit of a long throw. Long throw's played in. Oof. And what a shot by Bruno Zebi. But the goalkeeper does well with it. Ball's played long and on to Justin Donaldson, the new substitution. He cannot get there, and Powley will just sit on it to draw the forward in. Powley will up for the long ball. Nico Pasquati does well to get up there. Ball's played on, onside. Donaldson, can he get there? Just too long. Goal kick, Foothills. Powley pushes it along onto the far side, ends up at Nico Pasquati's feet, who will play Ali Mus, who loses his footing, but still manages to come out with the ball. Quick little move there, tries to send Russo through, but can't. Pierce will play Donaldson. Donaldson steps in. The ball will go as far as Dan Hayfield, but Stuart Heath recovers. We'll play more. Puts a shot on, but over. No harm. Powley with the long kick. Gets to Dan Hayfield, who will play Willie Akio. He does well to keep it. Plays Dean North over, and Russo's free. But the call is played on, I guess it was Russo not too happy, as I think he may have thought he had the advantage, but it is a free kick for Foothills FC. And it looks like we will have a Dan Hayfield and Ali Muse will line up. Lefty and a righty. Ali Muse should look to test the keeper as he is not too fresh. Ali Muse with the shot right off the wall, but ends up in a good spot right off Bruno Zebi. Bruno Zebi looks to play through too, but ends up coming out with a bit of pace and a bit of speed on this attack on the close side. Donaldson looks to take on Nico Pass or Dean Northover. Dean Northover does well to poke that ball out of bounds. Go to the Donaldson, and Donaldson will, and the ball will go out of bounds for a throw as he looked. And a bit of a battle there between him and Dean Northover. Dean Northover is kind of built like a bit of a tank for his size. Super solid. And you can definitely see the size difference between him and Donaldson. Donaldson is quite bigger, but still wins it. Looks like we will have another substitution for Foothills FC as G. Sarkaria approaches the halfway line. Willie Accio takes the ball out, and he will play it off of Van Doorn and go up for a throw-in. Ali Musi looks to be the man to come off for a G. Sarkaria. Number 10 to Gij. Shows his studs to the ref as Ali Musi comes off. Great game played by Ali Musi in this first 55 minutes, 60 minutes. Great chewing, doing his job. Ball is played back. Noah Cunningham will play Powley, and Powley turns it over. Highlanders coming up with numbers. But substitution to G. Sarkaria comes back. Those fresh legs. A little bit too much there. Throw in Highlanders. Bartoliggio plays it, and Ajij will win that ball. Plays Russo. Back to Sarkaria. Plays Danny Hayfield, who sends Nico Pasquati long, and he's got a bit of pace to him, but he will get to it, and the ball will go out to throw in for Foothills. And that was a free kick awarded. There's the ball. More attacking. Tries to play Jose Lopez, but he can't, and the ball will go straight out of bounds for a goal kick. Pally to play the ball long as far as G. Sarkaria. That ball is one in the air by Pierce. And they look to send Bartoliggio on, but he was in an offside position. Looks like we will have another substitution here from the Highlanders. But in the meantime, Josh Reed will play it first before the substitution will happen. The ball will go out of bounds. Willie Accio cannot settle the ball down, and the referee will call the substitution on. And it looks like number 23, Aiden Moore, will come off for number 19, Cody Giesbers. Is entering into frame, and the throw-in will be on the far side to the Highlanders. Ball goes back all the way to Noah Cunningham, who will just reset and stretch that field out using sweeper keeper Dylan Powley. Powley to Reedy, and Reedy opts to look upfield temporarily. And he will use the big switch Over to Dean Northover. Dean Northover. Dan Hayfield. Dan Hayfield that descends up at the feet of the Highlanders. Nico Pasquati with the ball. Just goes around the number 4, Shogodo. It looks like it did deflect, and the throw-in is awarded to Foothills. Nico Pasquati will take the throw-in and try to play it long, but still recover. To Russo. Russo plays it across the box to Wiliakio, but he cannot get there. Throw in on the far side. Godo with the ball, hanging on to it, and plays Bartoligi once again, playing on this side, on that side, everywhere. Plays Davidson. A little long, can he get there? And he can, but Dean Northover, well played off of Davidson. Throws his arms up in the air in a bit of frustration. Goal kick awarded. And another substitution will be made by Foothills. And it looks like the PK and free kick specialist, Kyle Jones, will come on for Dan Hayfield, who has had a very good game. And they play it short to Noah Cunningham, who will play Reedy on the far side, and Reedy looks to attack into space again. Patiently. Ball's taken off of him. As the Highlanders carry the ball on the far side, ball's whipped in, and Pauli does stretch out for it. As that was Heath who looked to whip the ball in. Pauli will play it off the ground to Bruno Zebi. Bruno Zebi to Kyle Jones, and Kyle Jones opts the turn. Plays Dean Northover, and the ball is bounced off of Davidson. Reedy again. Plays Arjij Sarkaria. And Jose Lopez has his feet swept out and looks to restart quickly over to Wiliakio. The ball is played off of him by the defender, number 12, Ryan McCurdy, and will go out for a throw-in for the Highlanders. And a goal kick awarded. Jose Lopez stepped in to head the ball. Highlanders looking to stretch the field and pushing numbers forward, as this is still only a 1-goal game. Jonesy wins the ball. Nico Pasquati breaking a couple ankles there. Nico takes it across. Plays Bruno Zebi again, but he can, or sorry, that was Wiliakio. And he cannot beat the keeper. Does well. Noah Cunningham again wins the ball in the air. A little bit of scrambly play as Ajij Sarkaria looks to settle. Reedy plays Zebi, and Zebi has a bit of space. Looks to play Wiliakio, who has a bit of room to attack. Plays the ball through to Jose Lopez, who attacks in, and the keeper beats him to it. Long ball sent once again from the Highlanders keeper. Switches on to Davidson. Sorry, not to Davidson. To Godu. And Godu looks to play a ball through. Bartolino misread it. Ball goes straight to Pauli. And Pauli will settle this game down a little bit. Pauli plays it long to the feet of Williakio. Cannot settle it. The ball will go wide. Switches on to Davidson. Sorry, not to Davidson. To Godu. Godu looks to play a ball through. Bartolino misread it. Ball goes straight to Pauli. A bit of a collision there, and the will settle this game down a little bit. Looks like we have some decent numbers here in these stands, or lack thereof. I would say, judging by looking, we probably are pushing closer to, I don't know, 600 people, 700 people. Which is great considering the Calgary Stampede is going on and it is the last day. But who cares about the Stampede when there's football to watch? As it sits right now, Foothills. Maybe I'll just keep that one to myself until this play is made. Ball's whipped in, and Pauli will win that ball. Like I was saying, as Pauli plays that ball out now to Williakio. As he beats man one-on-one. Jose Lopez back to Williakio. Willie goes one-on-one. Look at that pace. Burst of speed down the wing. Plays it in the middle. And that ball is cleared off of a Highlanders defender, and the ball will go out of bounds. So as it sits right now, look, Foothills will look to play a home playoff game this week sometime here at home at the soccer center. So I urge you, if you are Calgarian and you are a soccer fan, get out. You have no excuse to not watch it. Northover looks to play the ball across, and the ball will go out for a throw-in on this far side. Nico Pasquati will throw it in to Ajit Sarkaria. Highlanders clear, and as they clear, a foul is called against Foothills FC. Highlanders keeper will push his players forward again. And Dino Northover looks like he got pushed a little bit by Davidson. Pulls his mouth guard out and has a chat with the referee. Noah Cunningham. Noah Cunningham. Play the ball. And the ball will not get to Russo. And the Highlanders do push out. Play the ball long. And the ball will try to get whipped in the box by number 5. And only gets this far as the defenders. Jose Lopez holding onto the ball. We'll play Ajit Sarkaria, who will play that all the way back to Josh Reed. We will just settle the ball a bit. Plays Russo. Russo does well with the defender on his back, which I would say is probably his biggest strength. Sends in Nico Pasquati, who looks to take him on one-on-one. Beats Davidson. Davidson plays it in. A little bit of scramble there. To Ajij, Bruno. Zebi will play that over to Kyle Jones. Looks to settle it. Whips the ball through. And Ajij Sarkaria is called offside on that header. Doesn't cause the keeper too much of a headache. Goto sends the ball long to Noah, and Josh Reed will head that out. Number 5 looks to volley one time off the half volley, and it goes almost into the warehouse on the far side. To Leisure looking to attack the ball. Reedy will head that back to his keeper, and Powley will just hang on. Looking to stretch the field wide. Powley looks to send Willie Accio. The ball does get to him, a nice little flick over, but out of bounds. And Tommy Wheeldon, head coach Tommy Wheeldon Jr. happy with that play. And as we see now, Dominic Russo will come off for ex-Highlander. Number 19, Chris Rushworth. And a good game played by Russo, doing his job of holding him up. This substitution is definitely not a bad one, as it still keeps him attacking forward, as Chris Rushworth is also very good with the ball at his feet, and he does have a handful of goals as well himself this year. Shown himself to be a very crucial player at the beginning of the season when Dominic Russo was injured. But the depth of the squad is definitely shown throughout the entire season. Highlanders head the ball out, and they throw in a little bit farther upfield for Foothills. Showing himself to be a very crucial player when Dominic Russo was injured. But the depth of the squad is definitely shown. And a little bit of an argument there for handball, and it is awarded. And the free kick specialist, Kyle Jones, also a lefty, will play that ball deep to Chris Rushworth, who looks to play Williak. And the long shot is played by Bruno Zebi, but over the bar. And the keeper doesn't have to make a save, so easy job for him. Ball is played. Pierce settles. Jose Lopez with a bit of space and some support along the side. We'll play Chris Rushworth. Chris Rushworth to Jose Lopez. Lopez to G. Sarkaria. We will play that way back to Josh Reed, and Josh Reed will send that ball, long Muyakio can't get on the end of it. But now, Highlanders attack begins with number 14, Owen Pierce. Brunozetti steps in and takes it away. Josh Reed breaking ankles now. A la Peter Crouch. Kyle Jones. Oh, and the ball is played through, and he does somehow manage to get there. But the keeper saves it as the bell is rung for school to begin. I'm not too sure what that was. I'm going to throw in, and Bartolizio will take it. He'll leave it for Godot. Godot looks to play Van Doorn. Van Doorn back to Godot, and Godot looks to put that in the box, and he does. Oof, and a goal is scored by Bartolillo. A little bit of a sloppy play there from Foothills. Ball not going where needed. And Foothills line up right away. The ball's played deep, and the keeper will play it, and he does step out of bounds. The ref says, no, it didn't. It looked like it from here. It looks like he did step out of the box, but I have a pretty good vantage point from up here. The linesman should have a better one since he's right beside him. Victoria looking to continue their attack as they're not content with the draw. Should set up an interesting final half of this second half. And the ball will go all the way down and out to Pauli, and Pauli will just look to kick out quick and long to Ajij. Ajij plays rushy and a high foot, but Pasquati was off to the races. So, and a red card is awarded for the kick in the face. And the red card is to number 6. There was a high foot as Coach Dave Dew comes over to argue the call. But Gindo, who was the substitution, comes off. Coach Dave Dew of the Highlanders not happy with the call, as the Highlanders are now down to 10 men, and 10 men in this to set up the advantage for Foothills. Foothills do very well at drawing fouls and drawing penalties and in dangerous areas. As Kyle Jones is going to have a chat with his lineman on this far side. I'm not too sure why. But I guess it wasn't nothing major. Kyle Jones puts the ball to the far post, and Josh Reed will go down. That's him in the number 5. We're tangled up. And now the Highlanders will look to be content with this draw. Highlanders keeper taking his time. Plays the ball as far as Noel Cunningham. And Bartolizia will play that ball long.
Let's go,
Pally plays the ball to Williakio, who just goes just over his head. And the ball will be played long. And that will be the game. 1-1 final as it ends. Not the way Foothills wanted it to, but now they wait and look to see what happens with Portland Timbers. Thank you once again to those who tuned in to watch this feed. I'd like to thank you for supporting us all year long, and Foothills FC. I know at times our broadcast wasn't the best, but we do what we can to provide you with the games. Now we wait to see what happens with Foothills. But thank you once again. Thank you to TELUS. Thank you to all our sponsors, to all the fans, everybody watching here and at home. My name is Simon Salazar. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your Sunday.